morning.
Good morning.
I'm Mary.
I'm Linda.
We're Pinky Mouse Sisters in the kitchen, and we're going to be doing squash fritters. I'm trying to say that correct. My kid says that I say fritters. It's fritters. It's almost like a cornbread fritter, but we're using squash. So it's
Gonna be good.
They're good. I'll go ahead and break an egg.
And I'm just grating the squash for you.
Okay. Yeah, that's the nicest grater to grate that with.
It is. It's just exactly what you need.
I'm gonna put a little bit of oil in this, and it has a measurement here, so I'm gonna put a little bit of oil in it.
Okay, y'all.
What is it?
I knew
You
I
cut
was
your
gonna
finger?
do that.
Linda,
I did.
you cut your finger.
That's all right.
Here, use this right here to put it in, Linda.
Okay, I gotta get a Band-Aid first.
Okay, let me get your Band-Aid.
Do 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 do. How you been doing on Jeopardy, Aunt
A
Linda?
little bit. The last time we did it, the finals and semifinals, I didn't do that good on it. I'm gonna have to get it to quit bleeding first, Mary.
Okay.
But thank you.
Did you cut it back?
It just nicked it, but you know how I am about
Yes.
bleeding.
Well, here, why don't you do this and I'll do these.
I wanted to see that grater. I don't think anything got on it, but I wanted to make sure that there wasn't anything on it.
I don't see anything on it. How bad did you nick it, Linda?
It's just it'll quit in a little bit. I'm like my daddy. If I nick something, I bleed a lot.
Well, I'm going to let you mix the cornmeal.
I think you might need to do that until I get this
I
stop.
will. I will.
It'll stop in a second.
When it gets down to low, I will use this slider. But I tell you what, I can use this squash some other time, but ain't no use in getting down low, you know? And I should have told you, don't worry about trying to get down low.
Well, you know how I am. I'm real.
You should have told me that you'd rather do something else. I wasn't thinking that you was going
You
to
know how I am. I'm very intense with stuff, and I just
Yeah.
pushed it, so don't worry about it 1 second. I wasn't even close to the end of it. My hand just
Yeah.
slipped and hit it.
I'm
But
sorry.
it's
These
all
blades
right.
are sharp.
I'm always
Blades
telling
are
everybody
sharp.
else to be careful.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
today y'all got to see me do it.
Right.
But it's okay.
Well, I'm not going to, when it gets down low, I'm not going to use it.
I just don't want to get over there with the food
Right.
until I get this.
Well,
stopped.
do you need 2 Band-Aids? I got the waterproof Band-Aid for you.
The Band-Aid's not going to help until it stops
Just stop.
bleeding.
You're right. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
So, I'm not going to grade no more until I measure that because we only need 3 cups. So, I'm going to go ahead and, I got oil and an egg in here. I'm going to heat that up. And then, I put my
My
cornmeal.
blood is very thin.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about blood clots.
I know it. Your blood.
Daddy's was like that, Mary. You remember?
Yes, I do remember. I sure do.
He cut his thumb really bad one time,
Yeah.
and there's a scripture in the Bible. It's in the Old Testament. He had us reading that scripture for a long
Yeah.
time.
Okay, I just put some cornstarch in this, and I'm putting minced onion. I just chopped it up with the prep mandolin until it grated up real small. So I've got that through that. Onions, and now sour cream. See, I got another tablespoon here. Put some sour cream in it.
Well, I guess I stole the show today, but I didn't want to steal it this way.
No, I know it. I'm so sorry.
That's all right. It wasn't your fault. I just got my hand a little bit too close to that grater.
Now y'all know what we're talking about. Them things are sharp.
They are sharp.
Very, very sharp. I'm gonna put a little. Now this cornmeal is supposed to be self-rising cornmeal, and I only had only had cornmeal, so I am adding some baking powders. And some salt and pepper.
So when we were kids, Pinky Paw raised truck patches, and we always had fresh vegetables every morning on our doorstep. He would,
Yes.
when we go to the field, and when we come back, we went real early, and he always had on our back door. Remember, on our back doorstep, he would bring fresh vegetables out there and leave them for
Right.
Mama. She had them every day.
And then this is cayenne pepper.
I'm sorry, Mary.
Oh, that's okay.
I just don't want to get over there.
No. It's fine. It hadn't stopped bleeding yet?
Nope, not yet.
Oh, I'm sorry. So put all this in here and put the milk in here. Put some milk. And if your batter is too thin, you just add a little more meal. And if it's too thick, then add a little bit more milk. But I'm gonna get this stirred up real good before I put the squash in here. And I've got oil over here on the low burner, and I'm fixing to turn it up a little bit because it's brown. Okay, now, this is the squash. You pack it.
Well, I got that piece of little steel that went in my thumb out this morning.
I know.
Oh, now I got me another
I
bobo.
know it. See, it doesn't take many squash to get what you need. That's why I quit shredding, because I knew it wasn't going to take much. And I'm not going to put that third cup in there until I stir that and see what the consistency is. I'm using the Prep Mendelin's little container
Yeah,
here.
I noticed that. That was perfect for
Yeah.
that.
I'm going to put that over there until and I'm going to stir this up. Squash has water in it. That's one reason that and I may not need. I'm going to put part of that. So the ones that has a recipe on our members page, you kind of have to judge about how much you got, how thick your batter is. And I'm going to tell you now, 2 cups on what I've done here, 2 cups is enough. You don't want this too thick because it won't get done through and through.
Okay,
So
that's
so
a good
I'm
tip.
not so when you start shredding your squash, just put squash in there and stir it up and see how thick or thin. And I put it in the recipe. You have to adjust it according to way it comes out, your thickness and all. So now our pan should be getting about just a little bit of oil. You don't want it thick. Oh yes, thank you, Linda. If I got to put the Parmesan in here, it's you put
Sorry, I'm not being much help
That's
today.
okay. That's okay. Not much. Just a little bit of cheese. I'm gonna put a little extra cheese, and the recipe don't call for it, but I want it in
I
here.
love Parmesan.
Just put a little Parmesan cheese in it. It just adds a little bit of flavor. It's just like the sour cream. It's just something else, you know. To see, this is hot. It's just like corn fritters. I don't want to crowd them, so I'm going to make that one a little bit smaller. I'm going to put that first one kind of long. I'm just going to run the oil on it.
It's doing better.
Is it stop bleeding?
It not stop, but it's slowed down.
You must have put a hunk out of it, Linda.
It cut like a little U shape in it.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
And if you're timing these, it takes about 4 minutes on one side and then 2 minutes on the other one. It'll brown on the side, and you can kind of tell it after it's cooked a few minutes. I'm going to put the timer just to just to kind of check.
We got another pretty spring day today, Mary.
It is beautiful. Carla was out on the porch this morning drinking her coffee, and I had so much to do. I said, you know what? If I get out there and sit down and start relaxing and enjoying it,
It'll be hard to get up.
yeah, it'd be hard to get up and come in here and get started on what I have to do. Not quite done. Well, I'm not used to timing anything, but it takes about 4 minutes. You want everything to get done inside, because the egg and everything. I made these the other day, and they're good for, I mean, almost good just to use as cornbread. But you got the flitter, you got the squash in it. I used it eating it beans, and it was so good.
It's because it's got that
It's got
cornmeal in it.
It's got so much cornmeal in it, and it tastes like kind of like a corn flitter, but it's just got a little bit different taste. And these are a little bit thicker density than what I cooked the other day. The ones I cooked the other day, man, they cook fast because it was thinner.
Yeah.
So that's another thing you have to kind of watch. If it's thin, it gets done quicker. And I did do this thicker, but I did it on purpose just to see how it would work thick.
They smell good.
Yeah. Very good. This one. Make sure I get oil, all of it. This is a non-stick pan, and that also helps. See, I'm not watching the clock. I'm gonna wait and let them others cook another minute. Because the ones I fixed the other day was so golden brown. And two, if you didn't cook so many in the pan, it probably would get done quicker. Yeah, squash. I prefer my squash fried with the meal.
I do too. I love fried squash.
Yeah, I do too.
I like fried squash and fried okra.
And we've done a fried squash video back last year.
Did Mama ever fry green tomatoes, Mary? I don't remember her frying green tomatoes.
I don't remember it either. It must
We
have been
always
something
had ripe tomatoes.
Yeah, it must have been something she didn't like. You know, because
Probably.
she didn't.
It
I
probably
don't
was.
ever remember eating fried green tomatoes, but I know a lot of people likes them. And the next pan, I'm not going to put so many in it, so I have more room to turn it over. That's where it's supposed to look.
Did you want me to set the timer again?
Yeah, for 2 minutes. I went and dumped it. See, the thicker your dough is, the harder they are to turn too. Because they're thick, and it takes it longer to cook when it's thick. So I might. Let me look at this.
Linda, can I get another paper towel?
Yes, of course.
I'm going to add about a tablespoon of milk.
I can't tear it. I'm sorry.
I got it. I'm going to add, let me show y'all. See how thick this dough is? I'm going to add about a tablespoon of milk to it. So it'll cook a little faster. I want to make sure that they're done inside. But,
Welcome, new follower. She's new to your page, Rhonda.
And I don't know whether you out there are noticing any kind of blurriness. Linda, can you tell whether it's cut off or not? My internet service, it's down. So we're using the phone internet service because I don't know why it's down, but when I get off a video, I will be calling them because the girls, when they said, Mother, the internet's not working. I immediately went to get my bill to see if I paid my bill, because all of my bills come out of the bank, but about one or two, I haven't gotten it set up yet to come out of my bank. And I run and grab the bill, and no, it's not due to the 14th, so I hadn't failed to pay my bill, but the internet's off.
But your router was on, so we
The
knew.
router,
we knew
yeah,
that
the
right.
router shows it's on, but
Mary, we have some new followers, and one that just commented, Rhonda, is it Rhonda Chapman
Yes.
Shirley?
Yes.
So welcome, Rhonda, and welcome to all of our new followers and
Yes.
friends. Not particularly crazy about that word, but
it's our friends.
those look good, Mary.
Thank you. I'm gonna flip that over, it should be a little browner.
So you could use this as a side, or you could also use it, like you said, like bread to eat, like something. Oh, you're using the
I'm
new
using,
little-
yeah, and I got measurements in here, the oil. So that's a tablespoon. I pump this. Oh yeah, we're not supposed to do that, am I? Okay. All right, I put another table. Just the amount that you want in here.
I actually like that one better than that old
I
one.
do too. I do too.
I like it better.
Okay. I said I wasn't gonna put too many in here, but I think I'll have room for a small one there. So this is gonna make about 3 skillets. But it's real quick. That's what I told the
Behind you
girls.
again.
I said this is gonna be a quick video, short video today, because this is like making corn fritters. It's just really fried corn. Mama called it fried cornbread. That's what Mama calls it. Isn't that what we call it? Hot water cornbread?
Yeah, like hot water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was a quick way of making, I did for Bobby when he was wanting cornbread every evening, and I just had a few minutes or so to get it done. I just make fried cornbread.
Yeah, I've fried cornbread
Yeah.
lots of times.
Me too.
Yeah, I have. Especially if you just want a little bit,
Yeah.
you know.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I didn't time it, but
I'm sorry.
that's okay. Let me see your finger. Has it stopped?
It's slowed down a lot.
Well, she cut a hunk out of her hand. Sorry.
It's all
It makes me
right.
feel so bad
You
because
shouldn't feel bad. It's just a normal person. This would have stopped bleeding a long time ago, but I'm not
and
normal.
you're always
so
warning me, and
I
I didn't
know.
warn you.
I know I'm always warning you, so I got paid back.
Now my skillet, once your skillet gets hot, it takes a few minutes, then you have to turn that skillet down because these skillets get hot.
They do. They get
Everybody's
really hot.
cookware is different, so you know how quick your cookware gets hot, so
But
you
this
want to.
titanium, when it gets hot, it stays
yes,
hot.
it does. And you can turn your burner down and it's still going to be hot. So,
Do you have any polysporin, Mary?
I do. I sure do.
Don't
you
go back there
you
and
watch
get it.
them and I'll get it for you.
Well, I'm not going to touch anything because I don't want to run the risk of. This is my good hand here. I'm gonna let you turn it, Mary. Thank you.
Here, there's a pot for Let me wash my hands.
I'm a polysporin person. Dermatologist told me years ago when I first had that skin cancer on my lip to
Yeah.
use polysporin,
Is that
and I've
right?
used it ever since then. Yep. On any kind of a cut or scrape or anything.
Okay, ready to flip it over. That might not have been 4 minutes because my skillet was so hot, but I can tell by the way it looks that it's getting done, so.
Those are also thinner.
And these are thinner because I added that extra milk. They cook faster. So I'll just leave it on there and I'll know that I don't usually time stuff when I'm cooking. I
It's
don't.
hard to do that
I-
because you're
you know,
you're just so used to cooking.
You have to use your own judgment,
You know about how long you
Yeah,
do it, but
exactly. You can mash them and feel whether they're thin
you
or
can.
they're done inside. So that's what I go by.
And that batch makes a pretty good bit.
It
too,
makes
don't
it,
Mary?
yeah, it makes a good little bit. So it'll make another skillful, another 4 patties, and today is Thursday. And I told Carla, I said, I'm so glad today's Thursday. Friday, I feel like I'm off. Although it's really not. We're really not off.
Right. We're
We
never
have
off.
so much to catch up on. I have thank yous to send out. I got I just got I have a lot to do. Got to do our recipes for the next month, and I mean, or I say next month, this
For the
month,
rest of this month, yeah.
we gotta send them in to little Linda. We kind of slack sometimes and don't get them to her in time, but these are almost done. So Linda, you you got anything to do this evening?
I may be going getting stitches if this don't put
Is
glue.
that right?
No, I think it'll stop.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, have I got anything to do this evening? I'm going back through town. I'm gonna go to make a couple of stops. I'm like you know, when I'm out, if there's something I need to do, I do it on the way home.
Yeah,
so
I
I'm
know.
going to do that.
Well, we've done
And,
that for yesterday.
So I went to one pet store the other day, and this has just been a week for accidents for me, hasn't it?
It has.
I put a knot on my leg at the
I know.
pet center store with their buggies, and then I got that piece of steel in my thumb the other day, and now
Yeah.
maybe this is the last thing this week.
Yeah,
I hope so.
Too. Pumping me some more oil in there.
Say hi to Janine Williams. She's saying her feet still haven't touched the floor. She won that grill.
Oh,
Hi,
yeah.
Janine.
We shipped it yesterday, Janine. We shipped it yesterday, and you be sure to let me know when you get it, because they had said it was something wrong with your address, and but I gave them the right address.
Did you send it UPS or
UPS?
post office?
Yes,
Yes,
UPS.
yes,
And they said they say it'll be Friday. She'll get it Friday. I like the trip on that. These are really thin after I put that other tablespoon of milk in it, but that's okay. I'm not gonna crowd that because I don't want it to run together.
So is that your third cooking or the
This
fourth
is the
cooking?
third. This is the third pan.
Okay.
So
So it makes it.
yeah.
about
So 4 and
10 or
4 is 8, 9, 10, 11. It'll make 12. Make a dozen.
Okay.
This recipe. And like I said, I added that other tablespoon of milk, so these are thinner. I'm gonna take that little bit out. I don't like. Ain't no use in cooking that. And I turned my burner down too, because the skillet got hot.
And for anybody that's wondering, I'm going to disinfect her sink in a little bit. I know y'all all see me over there at that sink with my hand, but I'll make sure it's clean.
Disinfectants, all kind of disinfectant products.
Remember that day
Bleach
we were in that barbecue place between Lindale and Tyler, and we stopped to get something to eat, and this guy cut his hand while he was cutting brisket.
Oh, really?
Weren't you with me? There was 2 or 3 people with me.
Between Lindale?
Between Lindale and Tyler. You know that big barbecue place
Yeah,
and big
Yeah.
stations on the side of the road?
Yes.
And first thing I said is when he cut it, I said, did he get blood in that meat? Do you remember me saying that? And they
Yeah.
said, no, I think it might have been you, Linda, that said that he moved the knife as soon as he realized it. And they have their little
It
procedures
didn't have
and
nothing.
everything.
It wasn't nothing in the.
Oh, I know it wasn't nothing in that, but I'm always self-conscious
Yeah.
of that, you know.
So
Especially, you know, when you're
I'm gonna
doing
turn that
something
burner
on
just a tad.
social media. I don't want somebody to think that I'm gonna get by you again here, Linda.
Yeah, I guess I should have left it
Sorry.
a little bit longer. It wasn't quite as brown as what I like them to be. I'll cook it a little. And some people you may want it darker than that. It'd just be a crispier crust if you keep it in there longer. I like a crispy crust, but I don't like it burnt either. So, and that's a big one right there. So that's why I'm leaving it in there just a little bit longer.
And you still got more, don't you?
Yeah, it ain't gonna
Enough for a couple more.
Yeah, it ain't gonna take. It ain't gonna be another one probably. Get me some more oil in there. I think what happened was I turned this upside down and pumped it because I'm not used to using it.
Yeah.
And now I'm not going to open it, but I think I'm going to have to open it, release the pressure for it
Yeah.
to come back in there.
You have an entourage of followers saying, "Tell Linda to hold her hand up."
For it to quit bleeding.
Yeah, they're saying, "Hold your hand up higher than your heart."
I don't want him to see it.
You're not going to show them where you cut it?
Oh,
No.
I don't-
You should.
nobody wants to see that.
Oh, okay. All right. It's,
Well, I don't want to see
honestly,
that.
honestly, it's not a big cut, but it may be deep. I don't know.
It did like
It
a little, yeah, a little.
Well, it did the imprint of that grater. And I washed the grater off before I finished doing anything.
Y'all are quiet today. I guess it's hard to be chatty while you're bleeding.
Yeah, I'm
Sorry.
usually the one that's jacking.
Yeah, it's usually Linda talking, and I've got my mind on her fingers, so I can't seem to concentrate either.
Well, this will just add to my little scars. I've got, I think it's that same pinky. Maybe it's this one. People used to always slam their kids. Used
Yes,
to always
on the
slam their
door.
doors, their hands in the door.
In the car doors.
And
I got a
kept
bad.
from cutting it off.
I did that bad one time. I mean, really bad on that 53 Ford.
Yep, that's where I cut my.
Oh,
did mine.
I
got a
shut the
scar.
door.
Do you still have a scar?
I don't even remember which finger it was. I just remember it was a really bad. It was really bad. I don't know.
Used to, they would just, Mama and Aunt Elsie were together a lot, and Aunt Elsie had 6 kids. Of course, at that time, she didn't have all 6 of them then, but they would just pile all of us kids in
Yeah.
the car.
Yeah, I know.
There'd be like 8 or 9 kids in the back seat, and 2 adults or 3 or 4 in the front. Anyway, I mean, that's just how you
Yeah.
did back then, you
I'm
know?
gonna take this off and release the pressure, and maybe it'll. It worked so good this morning, and then I forgot and poured it upside down.
Yeah, that made a difference.
Now it's coming out. This is probably the last one, and it's got a lot of milk in it, so I may not put all the milk because it really is a lot. I'm not going to put the rest of that because it's mostly milk. So I'll just do that one. And do you have any questions? No questions? Well, I hope that everybody has a good day today and
Good weekend.
good weekend. And
Do you have plans for the weekend, Mary?
me, not other than just if we get the mother's
If we get the
book,
books in,
if we get
yeah.
mother's book in,
We're gonna our plans are gonna
we're
be
going to
books.
be filling orders. Yes, on mother's book, I'm just like you. We always have something to do.
Yeah,
we
we
got to
do.
do our taxes.
Yeah, that's a big priority. I've got to get done.
And you know, that's what I guess the biggest thing is trying to get Mama's cookbooks out and trying to get our papers together to take to the CPA. CPA, what is that? What it's called?
Mama's story.
Mama's story and our.
And for anybody that may have not really be clear on this, Mama's book does not have recipes in it.
No.
It's a story of her life. So there are no recipes in her book. I've had several people text and ask that. Mary, you probably answered
Yeah.
some too.
Yeah.
One follower says, gives a whole new meaning to Pinky Mall Sisters. They're going to remember
right.
this.
Yep, it's
They're
her
not going to
Pinky.
let you forget it.
Well, you know, it happens to the best of us, don't
Yes. That's the thing about doing live shows.
It's whatever.
They are
happens.
not pre-recorded.
They're
They are not edited. They
Right.
are authentically
Yeah.
real.
I'm sure this is not the first time this has happened on live
Right.
on
Right.
a live show.
I just hate that it happened to you.
Yeah, it's all right. We were just talking about feet this morning, and one reason I don't really wear sandals a lot except around the house because I don't want anybody rolling over my feet or stepping on my toes.
Yeah.
Literally stepping on my toes.
Well, because my feet bothers me, it's important for me to have a good pair of shoes. So,
When you're young, you don't think about this, you know.
Goodness no. All them high heels I used to wear.
I wore heels, but I never wore high heels as you did. Yeah. But I wore shoes. We have real high arches, both of us do, and I wore shoes with no kind of support at all.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And of course, when you wear a size 5, you don't just go anywhere and buy a pair of shoes. Right. You have to buy what they got.
I think that's done. Feeling of it. You about ready to taste it? Linda, you want to taste it? See how it tastes?
I want to taste it.
Okay, let me turn this off. And put this out of the way. There's that. Get it off the plate. I got too many dishes up here. I need to clear them down. Oh, I hadn't got this up off the counter
Sorry,
yet.
I'm
That's
not,
okay.
not
That's all
helping
right.
at all, but I'm trying to be careful.
I hadn't got my mess cleaned up here. Put this in the sink. Get all this stuff out of the way. So it'll be presentable. I'll fry this rest of this squash that I had left. Do it the way I like it. I like fried squash. Well, this right here is almost, it has that crisp fried taste too, so.
Yeah, it does.
Let me wipe this counter off just a minute. Thank you, Linda, for helping me.
I'm sorry,
That's all right.
couldn't help y'all.
That's okay. Okay, all right. We'll get this out. You can eat these fritters with salsa, or use them as a side vegetable, or you can use them, let's see, I think that's the last one I took up. Might be hot.
Yeah.
That's probably what you like.
It is.
All right, taste it, Linda, see what you think.
Almost looks like a flapjack, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It does.
Mm.
What do you think?
That's
Can you
delicious.
take the squash? Can you taste the squash?
It's delicious. It's very, very good.
Squash cooks quick.
Yeah, it does.
So that's why it doesn't take long. It's because
Really
they cook
good.
quick. I can taste the cheese in it too.
Daddy would like these.
Yeah, it's really good. It has a different taste than just a corn fried corn. And I can taste that cayenne pepper. Can you taste that?
Little bit.
Well, see,
Yeah.
I can. My palate.
No, I can taste it. I can
Yeah.
tell you got it in
Yeah.
there. It
Yeah.
has a delicious taste.
It
to
does taste good. And I had it, we had, Carla, we had broccoli and then pasta
Yes.
with chicken, grilled chicken the other night with it, and it was delicious. So I thought y'all might enjoy this recipe. It's simple, very, very simple, but if you like cornbread and you like squash, well, you'll like this.
And when people's gardens start coming in, they're, you usually have an abundance of one vegetable or another, or maybe multiple, and this is a good way to use some of the vegetables up.
It is. And also, talking about squash, I like squash pickles. They taste like bread and butter pickles. I did so
I've never
many.
made
Oh,
any.
I made so many jars. The year that we had the biggest garden when we lived in Goodman, we was living in Goodman community where little Linda was born. Bobby had the most beautiful garden.
Good soil down there.
That
yeah.
soil, you know where the garden was where chicken house used to be. And
Yeah.
on top, that soil was so rich. We gave away cucumbers, squash, tomatoes. I can't even remember everything. We cooked and we had beans, cantaloupes, watermelons. It was a huge garden. And I think I counted 300 something jars of pickles, different kinds of pickles. I did some dill, I did bread and butter, I did squash pickles, I did pickle relish. I did so much, I canned so many jars that year. But anyway, I hadn't done much since then, as far as canning. So anyway, we we're gonna stop here. We don't since Linda's got a little boo-boo on her finger, and so we appreciate y'all watching us. We hope that you enjoy making this recipe and have a wonderful weekend. And don't forget to count your blessings.
Absolutely, and we will, as soon as we get the books, we're gonna do a video on us opening them
right.
and show y'all.
Right.
So we love y'all. Thank you so much for watching.